Welcome to Hong Kong Blu-rays. Today we have a couple of recommendations on Netflix for you. Hand-Rolled Cigarette from 2020 and Time from 2021. This is HKB. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shaz.
I'm Leon. And our first Netflix recommendation is Hand-Rolled Cigarette, directed by Kelvin Chan. This one stars Gordon Lam. It's a crime drama and it has elements of drugs in it, and yeah, I really like this one. I thought it was dripping with atmosphere.
Very gritty.
Very dark. He's ex-military. When we come to him like 20 years later, after it has the initial opening scene where he's with his military buddies, he's then sort of worked with this like mobster or gangster or whatever he is, and the story focuses around this gangster wants these turtles, so many of them for some reason.
I think they're meant to be like lucky turtles that they could have sold.
That's
a large
it.
Profit on.
Yeah, that's it. And it's just a really interesting like setup because the turtles die
in transit, unfortunately.
Yeah, Gordon Lam's made responsible for them, and it's a lot of money that he has to pay back. And there's also an element where I think it's set around the Chungking mansions, and there's this Indian lad and his brother, and he tries to rip off the same gangster for some drugs so he can sell them to help his brother out. And when he's getting chased by some of the thugs that work for the gangster, he ends up hiding in Gordon Lam's apartment, unbeknownst to him at the time. And yeah, he's quite rightly pissed off about this, and doesn't initially like him, and but they sort of build a bond up, don't they? And it's got some really interesting different elements to the characters in this. It's not two-dimensional. They're very definitely three-dimensional characters. There's a lot going on underneath the surface in this one,
Yeah.
He's a complex character, Gordon Lam,
Yeah.
and I feel like he acts it very well.
I think so. I'd agree with that, because you sort of feel, he's obviously involved in dodgy stuff, so you think he would be some sort of person that you wouldn't go to.
Yeah.
And yet he sort of does respect people if they treat him right. And then I think you find that he'd do anything for them. And I think there's a theme as well in this film about trust.
Yeah.
Do you say that?
Yeah. The
different levels of trust over the different groups of people in it.
Yeah, and also he's a bit jaded, isn't he, with life, and bringing this lad sort of crashing into his life and having the younger brother. It kind of maybe awakened something in him, I feel.
Yeah.
And we got some, good classic Hong Kong actors in here. We've got Tony Ho's in there. I recognised Siu-Ho, but I thought, wow, he looks different. In this one, I nearly didn't recognise him, but it was him. And I said to Shaz when the one guy turns up who is the brother, the guy that saw the turtles, and he's obviously quite a badass too. I'm like, God, that's Tai Bo. I can't believe it, We're used to him being the geeky, jokey one in the Jackie Chan movies, the one that's always been a pain, but he was convincing, wasn't he, as a badass in this. And
he was quite scary, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, and there is some violence in this film.
It's pretty harsh on the violence scale, has to be said.
Yeah, and I did like the ending. Partly it reminded me of the fight scene in Old Boy, with the hammer down the corridor. There's a fight at the end of this that has that same sort of feel to it to me.
Very brutal.
Very well filmed.
Yeah.
I think both of us thoroughly recommend this one.
Yeah.
Fair to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next on our recommendations, we have Time from 2021, directed by Ricky Coe.
This was good fun.
Yes, it was.
Nicholas Chi's father, Patrick Chi.
Yeah,
he was very good in this, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I liked him. This is really good story. We've got like it starts off with this group of assassins, or a trio, I should say, which then turns out to be Patrick Chi, Fung Bobo, and Lam Suet. And we go to them in older age, and he's working in a noodle shop, and they bring in an automatic noodle shredder, which does it a lot quicker than him, so he gets laid off, and he needs a job. And Fung Bobo comes up with a hit for him, and it turns out to be for somebody in an old people's home that they're immobile, they can't get anything else out of life, and they want to be dead. And he keeps getting these requests, so after an initial reluctance, he seems to fall into doing it. And one of the people he turns up for is a young girl. I think she's called Chung Soo-Ying, the actress, and she's only young, and she's had a bust up with her boyfriend, and eventually find out he's left her and she's pregnant, and she's like really annoying to Patrick Chi, but she ends up following him around, being a pain in the bum, but eventually connects with him.
Yeah, and they form like a really cute bond, don't they?
They do, yeah. That was a nice element to the story.
Yeah.
And like Lam Suet's like fixated with this prostitute that he sees as well.
Yeah.
He's got like developed feelings for her. And Fung Bobo, she's like sings in a nightclub, and she's just glad to be with the two guys again, to have, because her family treat her like a shit, don't they? You got Sam Lee's her son, and
he's not very nice to his mum, is he?
No, not in this one. But yeah, there's a lot of different elements to this. There is humour in it, there is drama, there's a lot of bittersweet. Many layers to this one. You just keep peeling them back, and you've got so many elements there, and it really made a big impression on us, this one, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
So again, this is another one on Netflix for all you movie fans out there. If you like a good drama with a little bit more of a edge to it, like a comedy, but also very touching, this is highly recommended, so go check it out.
Funnily enough, both of these films were on our new release videos, one from December and one from February.
Which was nice, because it meant we didn't have to be true and by the glue. Instead, we could just go onto Netflix and stream the film. Awesome. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a little like, and we look forward to seeing you next time.